There's so much lack of information about financial markets, financial system, and frankly, as you well know, the economy. One of the great services that you're provided and many of your colleagues is basically translating what's happening in the economy and financial markets to the average Main Street American, reader of the New York Times, consumer of news. And the truth is that the financial markets and obviously the economy impact everybody. And you're right, this November during the election, some of the people voting will not have actually have any awareness of the 2008 financial crash, which was the biggest crash in the United States since 1929, which caused the Great Depression. And even though they may not have been born at that time, the people who are voting in November are still living through the repercussions of the 2008 crash. We basically lost an entire generation of Americans, economically speaking, from that crash. It took 10 years for the U6, the broad unemployment rate, to return to pre-crash levels. It was 2017 before that happened. And indeed, the Fed did an interesting study that showed at the end of 2016, 90% of Americans were poorer than they were in 2007 by 17 to 35%. By and large, 90% of Americans have been doing pretty poorly since the crash for a lot of reasons. And so today, or November, when those people go to vote, they are actually living through the continuing economic consequences, financial consequences, and actually political consequences. People don't remember the crash, but the crash is incredibly important to everybody in America. And the circumstances that we find ourselves in today are unfortunately echoing many of the drivers of that crash.